So today I'm gonna do a get ready with me. And when the lighting is really good in my living room, I like to get ready on my couch. So I kind of have all my makeup laid out on my coffee table, and I thought we could just chat and get ready today. So let's get started. I have Gossip Girl on with like subtitles, so if I'm like looking really intently at the TV, it's because something is happening. Alright, so I just have a little bit of moisturizer on my face. And I'm going to go in with this Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Just kidding, it's not called that. It's called Instant Complexion Refresh. I don't know anything. And if I forget to like say what something is because I'm talking, it'll be in the description box. With a link, of course. Just a little bit of this. This stuff smells like Fruity Pebbles. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, I used to use this all the time. It was like my go-to. And in the winter, I like to use it just because I am more on the dry side. And it's very hydrating. So for foundation, I'm going to be mixing these two because I'm literally almost out of foundation. And the one that I have is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And it's just like, I don't know what's up with it, but it used to be my favorite. And every time I put it on, it looks like crap. So I'm going to be mixing these two together. Applying it with this Tarte Kabuki brush. This is like my favorite foundation brush. It just does it so quickly. So I don't have a whole lot going on today. I have class today and I don't really think I have much else going on. I might have a few errands to run, but we'll see. Okay, that looks pretty good. I know it doesn't match my face, but it matches my arms. So I don't feel like going to wet my beauty blender, so I'm going to use it dry, but I am going to go in with the concealer. It's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. This is like my go-to concealer. I don't even like Shape Tape anymore, honestly. It's just like way too heavy, and this one still covers, but it's very lightweight. And that's what we're about, so. And I like to blend one side at a time these days. It's been so long since I've done my makeup on camera, like forever. I haven't done a makeup tutorial in so long. It's kind of sad, honestly. I do want to at least do like 1 or 2 holiday makeup tutorials this year. So let me know if there's anything specific that you want me to do or like a certain color scheme that you want to see. And I'll do it, girl or boy. I'll do it. So just let me know. This is more of just like my everyday type of deal. It's like every day when I still want to be like looking put together, if that makes sense. Like it's not just like concealer and mascara, but it's not like anything crazy either. Got a little pimple. I feel like creepy looking right into the camera and like doing my makeup, so sorry if it looks like I'm staring into your soul. Okay, if you watch Gossip Girl, listen up. I have rewatched this show probably 5 times in total, and every freaking time it gets to the season where Dan and Blair decide they need to be together, I literally throw up in my mouth and I get so mad, and usually I just skip the entire season because it makes me furious. They're just the most disgusting couple. And not that Dan and Serena are any better, but Blair and Dan literally gross me out. Like, I just get disgusted because Chuck is the only one for her, you know? Yeah, so please let me know if, like, I'm not alone in this and you feel the same way, because I need to know these things. Alright, so I'm going to set my face with this MAC Studio Fix powder in NC25. And your girl needs to get a new one because I'm about out. And this is like my favorite powder of all time. Translucent powders make me look dead and I hate them. So I always just go like lightly with a foundation powder or like a skin finish from MAC because I hate translucent powder. I tried to love it. I really tried my best. And it's just not for me. It's the worst, actually. And I hate how messy they are. Like, just give it to me in one of these things. Please. Loose anything just, like, makes me upset. Like, I like it to be pressed. So I can just do this and not make a mess because half the time I make a mess anyways, you know? So what I do is I, like, go in and just, like, do, like, an overall light layer of this. Then I'll do my bronzer, and then I'll go back in and kind of highlight this area with the same powder. So, you'll see. All right, for bronzer, so sorry this is not available anymore, I don't think, but it's like my favorite and I just have to use it. It is the Glam Bronze in Megastar from Morphe, and like you can't even see anymore because I used it so much. So I'm just gonna bronze with this and this Morphe JH02 brush. I've been trying to be more light-handed with my bronzer lately because I've been noticing I look a little crazy. But I love being tan, so I just don't know what to do. And I know that I didn't cover the zip very well, but it's just like one of those where it looks worse if you put too much stuff on it, so I'm just gonna let her breathe today. Okay, I'm bronzed. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tame my brows with some clear brow gel. On like I don't usually do anything to my brows on like days that I'm not like doing anything. I'll just do like a clear brow gel and that will be it. I did just tweeze and trim my own eyebrows yesterday and I think they look really good. Proud of myself. I haven't gotten them waxed in like probably like 6 or 7 months. I've just been doing it myself. Okay, so like I said, I go back in with this powder, and this time I'm going to use a smaller brush. This is a MAC something. I rubbed it off, I don't know what it is. I just give her a nice swirl, and then I pack it under my eye like this, and then kind of feather it out. And it subtly like brightens. I don't know. I notice a difference, so I do it. And then I'll do some like a little bit here too, just to like blend out the bronzer. And then I will do it like right under here. Just gotta cut the cheek, you know? Moving on to blush. This palette is also not available anymore, so sorry. But I will link like the blush that I'm using because I think that's just like a permanent Becca blush, as well as the 2 highlighters as well. So, why is my lighting going crazy? So like I said, I'm taking the first one here, and it has a little bit of a shimmer in it. I'm just going on the apples and bringing it up. Ugh, I love a shimmery blush. It just like brings life to my face, I feel. I'm gonna do it on the nose, and then I'll even do it up here and like drag it down. And why not? Just put a little right there. Okay, we are blushing. Blushing. And then sometimes if I go too crazy, I'll take that brush just with like leftover stuff on it and I'll like blend out. Just so there's not like a harsh line. I hate when there's like a harsh blush line like right here. Like there's a little bit of one on this side. So I'll just like blend it out like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with setting spray before I do highlighter. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Just a little spritz of that. Alright, so for highlight I'm using this Morphe JH09 highlighting brush. And I think I'm gonna take champagne. I'm gonna mix these two. This is Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop, and I'm just gonna mix them together. And I like to bring it all the way down to my cheek. Like the apple of my cheek, I mean. Gotta get the nose. I like a lot on my nose. Now we're moving on to the eyes. So for eyes, I'm gonna be using this Baked Browns palette from the Dose of Colors. And they are all matte shades, but what I like to do is use the highlight I use on my cheeks and do my brow bone and inner corner. I always like the highlight on my cheeks to match the one on my eyes, so that's what I'll do. I'm going to be taking this Morphe M533 and this second shade right here very lightly because these are pigmented. And I'm just going to run this along my crease and just kind of get it everywhere, honestly. Like I'm not being very precise. Sometimes I'll just put the bronzer in my crease, but this is a little bit darker and it gives a little bit more of a dramatic effect. So that's why I'm using this one. And like that's all you need for that. It's so easy because there's such pigmented shadows. So I do like a mix of circular motions and windshield wiper. Alright, now taking a little bit more of a smaller brush. This is the M441. This is my favorite eyeshadow brush ever. I'm going to take the more pinky tone and just put it a little bit lower on the eye. So like here. And just kind of wiggle it down. And I am covering my lid with this. I love the look of that. I think that looks so nice. Sorry if you guys can like hear my dryer and my dishwasher. I don't know why I chose right now to do all of those things, but that's what's happening if you hear like a weird noise. So I'm going to go ahead and just repeat those same shadows in the bottom lash line with an E18 from Morphe. I've been taking it pretty low. I think it opens up the eye more. So now I'm going to use the last brown shade right here for liner, and I'm using a flat brush by Morphe as well, M432. So I'll try to get a little closer for you. I just dip it in the brown and I just like press it up against there. And I do it pretty thick, honestly. I think it looks nice. I just kind of go back and forth and focus it mostly on the outside, and then I'll just drag the leftover onto the inside. So that's really all I do for liner, and then I'll add just a tiny bit to the outside lower lash. I'm going to go back into my highlighters that I used. In this tiny little brush, it is Morphe E36, I think. And I'm going to mix the two and just go ahead and highlight. I think that the inner corner highlight is my favorite part of makeup besides bronzer. Like truly. I don't know what it is about it. I just love it so much. Alright, moving on to mascara. I'm using these two. These are both by L'Oreal. This Telescopic and the Voluminous Original. So I'm going to use these two. I use this one first, this one second. I'm just going to speed through this real quick. Okay, so my mascara is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to lips. So for liner, I'm going to be using MAC Subculture. Just kidding, I'm going to be using MAC Strip Down. And I overline my lips like crazy, so come a little closer. So I always like start in the corners. And drag down. And once I do that, I'll close my lips like that and just make sure the line is straight. And then for the top lip, I start in the corners as well. And then for the top lip, I just like skip over my Cupid's bow. And that's how I do it. I also like make them straight to make sure the top is even too. So I think that looks pretty good. And then for lipsticks, I'm going to go with two. The first one is Morphe Liquid Lip in Virgin. And I just do a thin layer. And then lastly, I just do a little bit of Baddest Beige by Maybelline in the middle. Alright, so this is the final product. I think it came out pretty nice other than this zit, but can't do anything about it. Might as well not stress about it, right? So yeah, I think I'm going to cut it off here for today. Thank you for watching Vlogmas Day 3. Vlogmas Day 3, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!